G'day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing, July 14, 2023. This is the US crude oil price update. You can see here we're broken up into a bullish mode on the weekly. On the daily likewise, it's in bullish mode. And on the hourly, it's actually broken through this resistance on the end of last video, and I'll explain this divergence and how that operates in the next minute or two. So on the weekly, first off, our oscillator, you can see there it's very slightly broken to the upside and it's giving us a bullish signal on our oscillator. And we've got here the price has also moved to the upside and the CCI, so it's giving us this little bullish signal after going flat for some time. Now, on the daily likewise, our oscillator is broken up into a bullish mode, and it was bouncing in between these support resistance lines, and it actually hit our resistance and broken through there, and I'll talk more about that on the hourly. Before I go there, I just want to highlight this little bullish divergence that was shown on the CCI last time versus a triple bottom here on the price, and we projected that to, as long as the CCI kept going up, which it did, the price kept going up and it hit our target area, and that target area is a range between that Fibonacci level there, so it would have been somewhere around a 61% level, around that area there, which is basically where that resistance line is. And that's what it did there, and it hit our target quite nicely on the daily. On the hourly, we projected this bearish divergence before our last video. That's the dotted line on our last video, and at that time the price hit this resistance, so there was some possible expectation for it to turn down from there. Now, what we're going to do, and we drew a Fibonacci range here, and with our anticipated target. Now, no harm done, because you wouldn't have entered this. Remember, you enter it when you draw this channel. You enter it when the price breaks below this channel. That's your entry point to go short. So we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to delete this Fibonacci because it's no longer valid. As long as this divergence, I'm going to extend it to that point there. So long as this divergence stays below that entry point, at that point there, so long as it's below there, it's still in play. So as long as the price keeps going up, we just follow and track it up. So what we're going to do now is draw another Fibonacci range between that point right up to the highest point registered. Remember, the previous high point was on that resistance line, so we just move it up basically. Now we're going to move our target to the nearest Fibonacci level, which will be that 38% there. So we're going to cover at 2 Fibonacci levels. So you can see there it's just bouncing off that minor resistance at 77.18. So again, so long as the price drops and then drops below this channel, that'll be our entry point, and that'll be our closest target. I like to be a bit conservative and cautious about getting in and out of trades quickly. Don't get too ambitious, because sometimes they just bounce off the very close Fibonacci range before making further advancements to the progression where they were moving in the first place. So I don't like to get too greedy and aim for anything down here, because they don't always go that far. So I always go for the closest Fibonacci range outside of the target, outside of the entry level. So that's where we are at the moment. So we need to see it break below this channel, go short, and this will be our target area. So as I always say in these videos, there are two strategies here. One is the divergence play strategy, which are independent of every timeline. And also the secondary strategy we can follow is when the weekly and the daily are aligned like they are at the moment, you take predominantly long positions. And again, had you gone long only when the hourly is also showing a long positioning and on that oscillator, and I've deleted the oscillator. So let me just put that back in there. So that'll be let it build, and that'll be our oscillator to look out for. And you can see there it's currently on the hourly. It's currently also in a bullish mode. So theoretically, had you gone long there, you can possibly hold long positions, but again, just be careful. That is a minor resistance forming, and it may possibly bounce from there. If that forms in the next few hours, I'm going to move that solid resistance up to that level as a major resistance. So just be aware of that. Always pay attention to these resistance areas, because it may reverse from there. So again, carefully trading in the direction of the weekly and the daily when they align. So to understand other trading strategies, subscribe to my Patreon page and make a donation there. Subscribe, and we also show weekly scans of stocks, currencies and commodities. Subscribe, like and share the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in a future video.